some fill my shoes, I'm used to niggas doubting
They keep wishing that I lose, but they tripping. I done paid my dues. None of y'all have what it takes to fill my shoes. So wait and see what I do, 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 what I do.
What's up, y'all? This is Josh Liu. Welcome to my new show called The Big Three and Beyond. It's where we talk all major three sports besides, your regular three, your baseball, football, and basketball. I'm going to talk about everything. We'll talk about tennis, a little NASCAR, a little golf. If it was Olympics, we talk Olympics, But, we'll go with the local sports with the Astros, Texans, and Rockets. And we got to talk about the NBA Finals. Yeah, we got a hell of a series right now with the Spurs and the Heat, So we definitely got to talk about that. And we definitely got to break down that French Open. We saw my girl Serena won again. So let's go ahead and start with the Astros because it is baseball season right now. And we are actually getting close to the All-Star game. But anyways, the Astros ain't going to be good. They haven't been good for a while. They had new ownership a while back, new GM, and everything like that. They actually like their coach. The coach, Bo Porter's looking pretty good. I like it. He's got some good enthusiasm. It seems like he knows what he's doing. So we got to give him a chance. You can only do so much with a certain amount of talent you have. But they're not going to do too good for at least a couple of years. But they're 22 and 42. They're 20 games below 500. Can't expect too much right now. Got a bunch of young players. Probably most of y'all probably know. At least half the players on the team. Shoot, I know a few of them. Probably know Jose Altuve, maybe Bud Norris. But you got to give it a few years. They just got swept by the lowly Royals. After they went on that killer road trip and they swept L.A. Angels. But there is light at the end of the tunnel. They just had the MLB draft. If you didn't know, we had it for the first pick. And we got some good. We got a lot of good pitchers. We got selected 40 players in the draft. Most of them are pitchers. There's a lot of good solid pitchers in this draft, and I think we got some good solid pitching. As long as we could sign them, The first pick I really like is the one we got was Mark Appel from Stanford. He was in there for all 4 years. And, Stanford's a hell of a school. I got a cousin that graduated from Stanford. So we'll see what happens with that. We did draft. On another note, we did draft Casey Clemens. In one of the later rounds, who's also a pitcher. Of course, he's son of Roger Clemens, of course, but he opted out for Texas. So it's all good. Maybe in about a couple of years, maybe all these prospects, especially the pitching, look like we got some good solid pitching prospects. See what happens, and if we actually make some good moves, getting some other infielder, outfielders, some other key positions for the team for our home nine. Then maybe we'll actually be a good team for a change. It's been a while since we're a good team. 2005, remember that we're in the World Series. I know we got swept, but we were there. All right, now it's time to move on to the Rockets because I got to bounce around. I got to move everywhere. Plus the Astros, like I said, they ain't doing too much right now. We got to talk about the Rockets. They did okay, for taking the Thunder to 6 games. You can't expect too much, even though Westbrook was out and he got hurt and all that. Can't expect too much, I'm gonna say right now we need some more size and we need a good power forward or a center. That's what we really need right now. Reportedly they're trying to get Dwight Howard and Chris Paul, both of them, 1 and 1A. I think we got a good chance to get Dwight Howard, but Chris Paul, that's gonna be a taller order to get both of them. Dwight Howard has actually expressed interest in coming over here and will be open to a max 4-year deal for the Rockets instead of going with the max 5-year deal with the Lakers. Kobe been trying to get him to stick around in LA because if he leaves LA, the Lakers are pretty much done. You know what I mean? Because Paul Gasol, man, I don't know, he's downhill already. But the Rockets would have to create cap space. The best option would be trading power forward Thomas Robinson, who they just acquired from the Kings in February, and he looks like a really good prospect. Or another option, of course, would be the Rockets to pay Howard $20.5 million and Paul Chris Paul $18.7 million in their first season. Well, that's pretty ludicrous. So we'll just wait and see. But you know the Rockets are gonna want to prefer to see what they could do in free agency. That way it don't cost them too much. Say move some players around and see what happens, you know. But we still need a point guard, like I said, whether it be Chris Paul or somebody like that. I'll be honest, I'll take Tony Parker. I think Tony Parker's bad. I'm not just saying that because he plays for our team right down the street. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. I do know that Atlanta is also interested in getting Howard and Chris Paul too, but they might be in some trouble now with them. You know, if you heard, they've been in some might be facing tampering charges. You know, talking to some players when they weren't supposed to. Now let's go to the Texans. You see me represent. You know I gotta talk about the Texans. You know everybody's talking about Ed Reed. You know we gotta see what he looks like when he comes back for training camp in July. You know hopefully he won't miss a game in the regular season. I don't care about preseason and all that stuff, OTAs and all. Everybody's kind of blown out of proportion. As long as he don't, you know, miss a big chunk of games early in the season, because we can't have him miss too many games early in the season. We got a tough schedule. We got to play the NFC West. We got to play the 49ers. We got to play the Seahawks. I mean, we got like a 3-game stretch. Like, so we lose all those 3, then there goes home field. You know we need home field. But you know, I like our draft. Who we got? Of course, in the first round, we got DeAndre Hopkins. You know, he's really looking impressive in the OTAs. I think he might actually be a legit number 2 alongside, you know, our boy Andre Johnson. You know, I'm still not sold on Schaub. You know, he just don't have the arm strength and the mobility to move around, even move up in the pocket when he's getting pressure. So I'm not sure if he can lead us to the promised land. But you know, the Texans, you know, Bobby Nairn, you know, they think that he might be able to do it. But I do one thing that will help, but also besides having a legit number 2 with DeAndre Hopkins, you know, is to have a good solid running game. You know, Foster and Tate, you know, got to run that ball, man, with them bootlegs like how I was working a couple years ago. We got to get that going. I think DJ Swearinger, who we got, I think he'll make a good impact for the secondary this year, and hopefully he will, especially if, you know, Ed Reed is gonna miss some time in the regular season, which hopefully he won't. You know, hopefully he'll be all right. You know, I know he's hungry. I know he's probably heard all kinds of criticism and everything. You know, I mean, he shouldn't have been straightforward, him or the agent with the Texans and all that. You know, but anyway, that's a whole nother thing. You know, let's let bygones be bygones. If he comes back during the regular season, then that's fine, Danny, and he comes back and he's ready to play and has a good solid season, and we'll see what happens. I think the defensive up front, I mean, we're gonna be solid. We should be good with Mega Watt, you know, and Brian Cushing leading the way. So it's gonna be a tough schedule, because remember we got first place schedule again, so you know we're gonna have a tough one. So we're gonna open up on Monday night. So go Texans, you know. You know I'm all about the Texans. All right, let's go to the French Open. Ooh la la, okay? My girl Serena Williams, she won the French Open for the 2nd time, and it's been 11 years since she won the first time. Okay? And she just beat Maria Sharapova again. I think it's like 12 straight times that she's beaten her already. You know, that's her 16th major title, and now she's on a 31 match winning streak. She's 31 years old. She might be playing the best tennis of her life right now. I mean, by the time she's done, she's probably gonna pass Steffi Graf, who I thought was crazy good. You know, I thought she was the best at that time. But now, I think by once she finishes, I think she's gonna pass her up on the number of titles at 22. I'm talking major titles, and she probably will be the greatest of all time. She'll be like the Jerry Rice for female tennis players. She will be the greatest. Her service in the 127, 128, almost 130 mile per hour range. She is crazy good. And then my boy Rafael Nadal, he won the French Open for a record 8th straight time. Not 8th straight time, but a record 8 times. And take that out, because he was hurt that other time. 8. He's the first player that's ever won a major 8 times. Federer's won Wimbledon 7 times. He is 59-1 at the French Open. He's only lost once. So congratulations to Serena Williams. Congratulations to Rafael Nadal. Now let's go to the NBA Finals. Now, yeah, the Spurs and Heat are tied 1-1, and everybody's talking about that block that LeBron put on What you talking about? I can't think of his name. That boy from the Spurs. You know what I'm talking about. He had full momentum, going to the open lane, going to the thing. LeBron just put his hand, and like I said, homeboy had momentum. And he freaking put his hand and took it back. And let's be real. LeBron is, whether you want to admit it or not, he is the best player on the planet right now, and you should respect that. You know that, and so, but we don't need to be throwing comparisons of King James to Jordan just yet. Let him win and win a few more titles, and we'll see what happens. All I know is they're going back home to San Antonio tomorrow for 3 games, and we'll see how the Spurs respond. But I do know this: Manu Ginobili has been MIA. He needs to show up. He had trouble dribbling, causing a bunch of turnovers, and he's not scoring like he should. And you know, Duncan and Parker didn't have a good game either. But you know, at least they had a good one in game 1. I mean, the Heat defense was just smothering in that toward the end in the 3rd period, and they were just started hitting their shots. You know, what's the name? Chalmers and the white boy Mike Miller. They start hitting everything. Shit, it happens like that. But you know, I expect most of these games are going to be close, and I do think the Spurs will take 2 games in San Antonio to take a 3-2 lead, going to Miami for 6 and 7. But I think Miami's going to win both of them in Miami, so they'll win in 7. So we'll see what happens. But I am rooting for the Spurs. I like Popovich, and I like Duncan and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens. Let me go ahead and give out my shout outs. I gotta give a shout out to some Htown ladies real quick. Man, shout outs to Athena. Man, hopefully y'all voted for her in the Maxim for Hometown Hotties, because she's definitely a hottie in my book. You know what I'm saying? You know, she definitely got it going on. Shout out to Dolly Mack. I see you doing your thing, girl. You staying busy doing videos and everything like that, doing your music. I'm about to check you out at the club pretty soon. You keep doing your thing, little mama, for sure. And shout out to Lala for sure. Lala from Lala's World. She's already in her 6th season right now. Just started her 6th season. He's just interviewed so many artists. You know, my boy Zero, he's one of my favorites. I love Zero. Got nothing but love for you, bro. That's for sure. You know, he's interviewed artists, models, DJs. DJ Really, I love DJ Really. I love all that you know, all dance stuff. I mean, she's real as can be. I love Lala. She's awesome. So, anyways, go ahead. If you ain't know, I'm been working on my music right now too, besides the sports I'm doing. So keep an eye on my debut album, Exist to Feel Good. So this is Josh Lou, and I'm out. Let's wreck it. Htown all the way. By the way, this my boys from Blockstar Blaze Media.
Go to Texas,
you gonna see.
I'll
let you later.
Hotter than the heat wave. Go and get your key made, cause I got it on lock. Start up out on my block. Lot of fools, lot of give respect, they really not hot. Always got my Glock hot, coming off that Southwest. You don't wanna put this essay to the test, yes. I ain't trying to be the best, just give me all that money, cause I'm trying to give it back to all the ones that love me, and to the ones that hate me. You ain't gotta quit, I ride around.